Hey guys, it's Lydia and I am here today to share with you some tips about knowing whether you should buy something or not. I have two tips that I want to share with you that have helped me when I'm trying to decide what I want to buy. The first one is, how long do you have to work in order to buy this thing? So maybe, say you want to buy a new coat and the coat costs you $50. How many hours are you, or me as a stay-at-home mom, how many hours is my husband going to have to work in order for me to buy that coat? Is it worth it? So, that depends on how much you make an hour, and you got to think about taxes too. But at what point is that trade-off worth it? Or like, we're looking at new appliances eventually, especially our stove. My oven right now does not work, but we're going to be redoing our kitchen, so I've got to wait until that's done to buy my oven. But like, at what point? I really like the ones that don't have the back on it and just are kind of clean without the part that sticks up in the back. But they're like $1,000 more than the other stoves. What's the trade-off? How many hours will my husband have to work in order for me to get a little line that looks a little different? And I'm not a huge interior design decorator person, so to me that's not really a huge deal to have to get rid of that for $1,000. And once again, it's going to be what your priorities are. And to me, it's not worth my husband working multiple hours just to get something that looks a little bit nicer in my mind. So what's the trade-off? How many hours are you going to have to work to do it? Is it worth the time, the investment, or maybe the time you're going to miss with kids or spouse or family? My second question, this is one I've just started recently asking myself, is what are some goals you have? Maybe you're working super hard to get out of debt and saying, my oven still works, but I need to buy a new one because I want a different color. Is it worth 2 extra months being in debt in order to get that new oven? Or I would like to travel more. That's one of my goals that I have. So I like to think like, I'm buying this. I'm going out to eat for $20. We could go away and that would be like a meal away. Or I want to do this for $50. Well, that's like, obviously depending on when you go, it's like half of a hotel room. So I could go away for a whole night with my family for the cost of this. And to me, a lot of things aren't worth it. I'd rather go away for a night and enjoy a little mini vacation with my family instead of owning, I don't know, a little bit nicer of something. So those are my two questions I like to ask when I'm buying something new. How long do we have to work in order to make the trade-off for it? Is it worth it? And two, what am I trading off in the end? So what can I do instead? What goals do I have for myself that I'm willing or not willing to trade off for? What are some questions that maybe you ask yourself when you are looking at buying something? How do you convince yourself if it's worth it or not worth it? I would love if you would share those down in the comments, because I'm always looking for something else to help me not to spend as much money, or to make sure that the things that I am buying are worth my time. Not saying you can't buy anything, but just saying that you need to make sure what you're buying is worth it to you and you're not going to regret it later down the road. So let me know questions that you have to ask yourself, and I hopefully will see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.